Welcome to Ozeki's How to Develop SIP PBX with Ozeki VoIP SDK tutorial part 2. In this video I will show you how to set up authentication in your PBX project. With this function you can manage who can register to your system. And I will demonstrate how to make a simple dial plan. With this you can affect where the calls will be forwarded to. For example, if your employee on a day off, then nobody can call him or her. First, I need you to open the MyPBX application that we made in the first video. If you're ready, let's make a new class. The name of my class will be UserInfo. It's a really simple class. It only has two string type variables, the username and the password. Make set and get methods for them. The constructor has two parameters. Our local username's value will be equal with the parameter user's value, and the local password's value will be equal with the parameter password's value. The second class we need to make is the UserInfo container class. It has a dictionary type, allowed users variable. The type of the key will be string, and the type of the value will be UserInfo. Make a constructor. And if we get this, we need to make an add UserInfo method with UserInfo type parameter. If our allowed user dictionary already contains the username we want to add, then throw an invalid operation exception with a message. Else add that user to the allowed users. And finally, make a bool type try get UserInfo function. Now it's time to update our MyPBX class. Add the new UserInfo container type variable to the class. And add a setUserInfo method call to the constructor. This method doesn't exist yet, so generate this method. We need to set up the UserInfo container, and after that we make some username from 100 to 109. Password will be equal with the username. And we add them to the UserInfo container. Now let's make the authentication request method. We write the line to the console the authentication request received from and the username as well. Make an authentication object and the UserInfo variable. If the UserInfo container has the actual extension, then the result will be equal extension.checkPasswordValue. Else, we write on the console that we cannot find this extension. If the result .authentication accepted value is true, then the authentication accepted, else the authentication denied. And the function will return with the result. This was my example for set up the authentication, but it's important to say we have many other options to use this functionality. Now let's make the dial plan example. Make a new class like the usual way and name it, for example, my dial plan provider. Add the dial plan, phone calls and service using lines to the class. Then implement the iDialPlanProvider interface. Make a user info container, an iExtension container and the list type variables. The list will contain the do not disturb extensions. In the constructor we make the basic settings. Then add the iDialProvider interface members, the name and the getDestination function. Make the dialed number and the caller phone number variables. If our dialed number was *90 and the DND extension list doesn't contain the caller phone number, then add this phone number to the list and finish the call. If the dialed number was *91, then remove our phone number from the list and finish the call. If the dialed number is in the list, stop the call, as we can call the number. Let's go back to the myPBX class and modify the onStar method with the call manager and extension container variables, and with our dial plan provider. These were my setup examples for authentication and for the dial plan. Now let's see how it works. Run the application and open two softphone demos. Add the SIP account. Try it, for example, with 200 username and 200 password. Click on the register and you can see the status is forbidden because in our setup the user name only could be between 100 and 109. Now register the user 100. The status will be registration succeeded. In the other softphone I registered the user 101. If we dial the number *90, our phone number will be added to DND list and we can't call this user. But if we dial the *91, the number will be removed from the list and we can call it now. We finished the second video of how to develop SIP PBX with ozeki voip SDK. For more information, please visit www.voip-sip-sdk.com and you can contact us at info@voip-sip-sdk.com. Please check out the next part of this tutorial video series. Thank you for watching.